ki khubor ka Batisi TV lawan ra shapi da ka Orange Nissan Loom so pho near Fire Brigade Shillong.
Admissions are open at BDW International School. Enroll now.
Presiden jongka henyo trap National Youth Front uba sadon bela ulaong baka jing penjari jongka Sorkar India ya ka ain Armed Force Special Powers Act tang hapo ki Jylla jongka than chatai lam mingi bada ki Jylla Jammu and Kashmir kadai ka jingle shiliang khman kad baha ki Jylla jongka ri India ki baka senking atiar Maoist ki jule ya ki kam Pyntreikam ka Sorkar India kamle AA uba sadon bela ula penpau ya kani ha ka jingelang ngolem bala penlong da ka North East Students Organization lembat ka Khasi Students Union hanong ba Shillong haga khandai tere ko banai no pra 8000 arpuai ban penpau ya ka jing yetli bat ka jing ngolem halor ka jing siat yap pet jong ka kinhon para special force ka kinhon sipai India ya ki nong bella ki badai ne ka jaj benrio naga ka balajia ha ka south tere ko banai no pra 8000 arpuai ha ka snong uting jong ka Jylla Nagaland.
Departed soul who departed by the bullets of the Indian Army, which no country in the world, no democratic country in the world would have a law which empower its own army to commit aggression, to murder, to kill, to rape, to extort, to torture its own people. That is exactly what Armed Forces Special Power Act given by the Indian government to the Indian Army did. We have seen the naked brigade in Manipur. We have seen the army aggression in Assam. We have seen many cases of armed forces misuse of power, the excessive use of power by the armed forces in the whole of Northeast. And sadly to say, this Armed Forces Special Power Act is applicable in Meghalaya also, in spite of the fact that we are not disturbed. If we read across in between the line of the Armed Forces Special Power Act, I would say that it is no difference from the Nuremberg law that Hitler has made before the First World War to exterminate the Jews. Especially Section 3 and Section 4 of the Armed Forces Special Power Act, which says that the governor or the ruler of the Union Territory can declare an area or the whole state as a disturbed if it is, in their opinion, it is so disturbed. Sadly to say, Armed Forces Special Power Act is made to be applied only in Northeast and Jammu and Kashmir. The big question is why it is so. In Northeast, my friend, we are having around 23 districts. In the whole of India, there are 96 districts which are affected by Maoists and Naxalites. You compare the 23 and the 96, but the Indian government, since the inception of the Naxalite movement and the Maoist movement, never dare to declare Afspa in those areas. 40% of the landed territory of India is the red corridor, what we call, or the Maoist affected portion of India. No Afspa was implemented in those parts of India, in what we from the Northeast would call the mainland India. Is it because of our cultural differences? Is it because of the chinky eyes? Is it because of our height, of our look, that we are discriminated by the use of bullets? Why Afspa was not implemented, in spite of the fact that the Maoists and the Naxalites, in one go, they will kill 70 to 80 police and army personnel, which has never occurred in Northeast, in spite of in the height of its militancy and extremism. This is a stepmotherly treatment by the government of India. And it's very sad to say that Amit Shah said when the incident has taken place in Nagaland on the 4th of this month, he said it was a case of mistaken identity. Life were lost, Master Amit Shah. You cannot conclude by saying it's a case of mistaken identity. You are a non-tribal, suppose you come to Meghalaya, by mistake we beat you as Home Minister. We also might say that it's a case of mistaken identity. You cannot take it lightly by saying, by concluding that it is a case of mistaken identity. We have seen when Afspa was very much implemented in Jammu Kashmir, time and again, the Chief Minister of Jammu Kashmir, the ruling party of Jammu Kashmir, all concerns of Jammu Kashmir, they have raised a protest against this Armed Forces Special Power Act because it is a power to kill. In the section of the law, there is no mention that to be declared a disturbed area, a resolution in the assembly need to be passed. They have bypassed that. They simply said in the provisions of the Afspa that a governor, if he is sufficient to, if from his point of view, to be declared a disturbed area, it can be declared. But I will tell you, the whole of Northeast is disturbed since we get independence till today. The Indian government has disturbed us by imposing CAA. In the whole of Northeast, in spite of protests from all corners of Northeast, the Indian government has pursued forward to implement this CAA. CAA is another form of aggression. CAA is another form of making us minority in our own land. And they have the Armed Forces Special Power Act to silence us with bullets. It's a two-way, three-way, four-way form of aggression that the Indian government has prepared for us. Should we remain silent as Northeast people? Should we remain silent? Or should we speak out? It is very wrong in a democratic country to implement a law which is as draconian as the Afspa. So, from the HONAF, I stand here calling for unity in the whole of Northeast. And I appeal to the NSO that we must not raise the issue of Afspa unless someone dies. But it should be and it must be a continuous movement till Armed Forces Special Power Act is revoked in the entire of India, Northeast India. If the Indian government has adopted a softer approach in dealing with the extremism, the terrorism of the Naxalites and the Maoism, same policy, if have to be applied in northeastern part of India also. So before I said, since I feel that there is a need for a continuous and a united movement against this draconian law, I remember during the height of the Second World War, where aggression was everywhere, one poet, Martin Nyolomal, he wrote a beautiful line that should remind us on this occasion, on this sad incidents that happened. He wrote about the Nazi, the aggressor, which I see upon the Indian forces as the aggressor. He said that first they came for a socialist. I did not speak out because I am not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists. I did not speak out for I am not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews. I did not speak out for I am not a Jew. Lastly, they came for me. Nobody is left to speak for me. So on this occasion, if they have come for the Nagas now, we must protest. If they come for the Mizo tomorrow, we must protest. If they come for the Tripuri tomorrow, we must protest. We will be able to be united and stand united to fight against this repetitive aggression on the part of the Indian government. Thank you.